Welcome to the General Information Home tab lesson. We will explore each of the functions available on the Home tab. This overview is very general in nature. To explore in detail the specific function, please refer to the main menu and select the function to review in a greater detail. This is the Home tab. You land on this screen after signing in using Zoom desktop software. We will look at an overview of the new meeting, schedule, join, share screen, and background image option. The first thing that you want to understand is that there are two types of meetings you can create from the Home tab. The first is the new meeting, and the second is the schedule. So for new meeting, it's the option you would use to start a new meeting immediately. Selecting this option would take you immediately to a meeting screen, very similar to this. So after you would select the new meeting, you will immediately enter a meeting room. You can select your audio choice, a phone call using the number, ID, and password, or computer audio. You can choose to test your audio immediately with the test speaker and microphone option, or you may choose to join using your computer audio immediately. You may also select put a check mark in the automatically join audio by computer when joining a meeting. That would bypass this screen, making you select computer audio all of the time. So that would make it your default choice. So once again, once you do an immediate new meeting, you're going to go straight into a meeting room, and you need to pick phone call or computer audio as the method that you're going to do your audio for that meeting. If you can see in the background here, there's my image. It's out, and then down at the bottom you have all of the options that are available for a meeting. The second way is to schedule a meeting for the future. So if you wanted to set up a meeting for later, then you would select the schedule button. It would take you to a screen similar to this, where you're setting up, and you would place in here your topic, the date and time that you would like your meeting to be scheduled for, the duration, whether or not it's a recurring meeting or a one-time. Make sure you have the right time zone selected. It should come up with whatever your settings are. Meeting ID, you have a choice between generating a unique one for this or using your personal ID. Whether or not you require a password, whether you have video as the host, whether you allow video for participants, and then what is the options that people can use for joining your meeting, whether it can be telephone only, computer audio only, or give them the option of telephone and computer audio, and then whether or not you want to apply this to a calendar. Once you have all of those settings, you could click on schedule, and it would schedule a meeting for the future. So new meeting is an instant meeting right now. Schedule would schedule something for the future. The next item that's on the Home tab is the join a meeting. So there are different ways that you can join a meeting, but normally it's these top two: an email invite, which is probably the most common way of joining, or an instant message invite. So each meeting has a unique digit code called a meeting ID. So you make sure that you have that meeting ID. If you're joining via telephone, then you need the phone number that is provided in the invite. So let's look at that. So if you were doing a direct connect to a meeting, this would be the screen that you would see here. And you would need to put in your ID. It would come up with your name, which is blurred out here, and then how you want to connect, and you would join. So you would need that meeting ID or the personal link. The screen on the right is how to connect via email. And this is probably the most common. You would receive this email. There is a link in the email. You would link on that and it would take you to the meeting room. If you were so here would be the meeting ID that we're talking about that you would use here. And then if you're calling in, then you would use the telephone number dictated there. So that would be a quick overview on how to join. The next thing would be sharing a screen. So using the share screen button on the home menu allows you to share content from a laptop or mobile device. But the most common way to share would be actually in the meeting room. But you can share from this home screen. Once again, you would need that meeting ID or sharing key in order to be able to share from the home. But once again, the most common way is when you're running the Zoom desktop software, you use the share tool within the room. And then last would be something kind of fun, and that would be how you could change the background image on your home screen. So all you would need to do is find this image right here, and you would be able to upload a picture and have it. So it could be a landscape that you like. It could be your profile picture, whatever you would want at that screen. All right, so that is an overview of the home screen on Zoom. Thank you.